It's kind of weird because a few weeks ago, well, actually, no, it's only the 15th. A couple weeks ago, as 2023 was closing out and season 6 had just finished up, and I did my new season ranking of Sisters 1 through 6. And season 1, I figured, you know what? Usually I'm back and forth between 1 and 2 as to which one is my favorite, but I think definitively season 1 takes the cake. And a lot of people said, oh, it's the worst season. It's this, it's that, it's anything but the best. And season 2 was stated to be like the main favorite of a lot of fans. Now, I put up a poll on the community tab about a week ago. And unfortunately, I can only put 5 different options on there as opposed to 6. So I figured, well, after looking through the comments on the post and video I did about the ranking, I don't think I counted more than 4 people that said season 6 was their favorite season. And as a result, I put up seasons 1 through 5. I said, hey, which one do you like the best? What season is your favorite? And even at the in the caption, I said, you all know season 1 is my own personal favorite, but a lot of people consider it to be the worst. I'm making this poll to get a better number of the opinions out there. So with close to 800 votes, tell me why season 1 is leading with a 50% in terms of that poll being about 400 people out of 800 saying, hey, that's the best season. That's their favorite. Season 2 only had 17%. Season 3 had 16. Season 5 had 11 and season 4 had 6. So what's going on here? Where are all those people that said they felt season 1 sucked? Well, look, my Jasmine bias aside, because I put up a post saying, hey, here are 5 reasons why season 1 is the best season. And I just wanted to say that, well, season 1, it was fresh. Was it a perfect season? By no stretch of the imagination. But even though season 2 is really good, that's also when I figured, oh, Tyler's just going to rinse and repeat the same storylines over and over again. He's going to reset these characters so that any sort of growth they may have had during a particular season or even episode might get erased the next week in order to keep the story going. I mean, at this point, that's where I was like, okay, there are some characters that have run their course, yet they're still going to stick around for whatever reason when they should either leave and find a woman that appreciates them, or the ladies need to find a man that's a better fit. But it's like, wait, after everything that went down with the FBI, Andy's still going to stay with Gary? Even after bruising her ribs, she's going to let, him propose and accept his, proposal. Sabrina's still going to go back and forth with Calvin. The Danny Preston thing was great, but then we started to see her behaving a certain way towards him. Zach and Fatima, of course, met up in season 2. Karen and Aaron were doing fine, but things just got really messy. Season 1 was our first time seeing a lot of these things, so I knew that, well, hey, it's fresh, let's see where it's going. And in reality, I do have to mention Jasmine. The Jasmine, Leslie, Morris, Gary stuff, that was the main storyline. If you go back to season 1, Andy's story took up about 85% of the show, if not 90%. The other girls were just kind of there. They had their own thing going, but rarely did their storyline serve to be a cliffhanger ending, enticing fans to check out the next episode. It mainly had to do with Andy's affair, her getting caught by the wife, and how that impacted her job. So I do feel like season 1 introduced a lot of elements that the new writers are actually pulling from now, because in the Twitter space, they talked about how, oh, we're going to be finishing up old storylines, closing them off, and then introducing new ones. And then, like I said, towards the back half of season 6, where we had the Penelope stuff, you really had to go back to rewatch season 1 lore to understand, okay, how many women has Gary 2 times, and how will this impact where we're going now? And then, once again, look at where we're at right now in season 7. You had the whole Gary thing with the FBI and the feds, and now you got to go back to season 1 and a bit of season 2 to get an understanding of it. But season 1, I felt like had decent story structure. It introduced us to the characters, and it wasn't as repetitive as it is now. And when I say repetitive, I mean like seasons 3 through 6, where it's the same stories all the time, the dialogue repetitive. Yeah, it was kind of repetitive in season 1, along with the long pauses between scenes, but we had a lot of intrigue, like, Aaron's ex-wife shooting herself, Jasmine falling off the parking garage, the crazy brother of that Fawn character who killed himself trying to kill Karen. It got really dark in season 1. I felt like the tone was a mix of drama, a little comedy in there, but real drama. And also, let's not forget that almost every issue that the girls found themselves in, they lit up a joint. It felt like it was their go-to, and it was funny. Well, yeah, I think season 1 had a certain charm to it. That's not to say that the show got constantly worse after the first season, but I do feel like the first season is the best season. Now, I know Zatima fans would beg to differ, but I have my opinion. And plus, the numbers speak for themselves. I think season 1 is the best season. Now, sadly, you could argue if it's the best season, every season that came after was worse. But season 7 has a lot of promise, and if these new writers can turn the ship around, this might be my new favorite season. It's too early to tell because it's only been 2 episodes. But hey, we'll see how things turn out. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think season 1 is the best season? If it's the worst season in your opinion, tell me why. And what's your favorite season instead? Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.